12 years old, and he was in the temple, and she came in, she was all upset with Joseph. She said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Mother, did you not know I would be in my father's house?" She basically said, "Come with me," because the scriptures say he was subjected to that. Then we don't hear about him. Basically, she said, "You weren't ready." Then all of a sudden at 33, we see him again. Where? First time. Wedding feast of Cana. Not the first time we see him, but we see him at the wedding feast of Cana. And Mary comes over and says, "They have no more wine," which is something to dwell on as a reflection for all of us. How many times we feel we have no more wine? I have no more left in me. I have no more energy left. Pray that the Blessed Mother helps. I have no wine. I say that every day as I'm driving. "Mary, I have no more wine." She goes, "Look in the wine closet, you have a lot." You know, basically, look in yourself, you have a lot. You have a lot to draw from. "But I have no more wine." She told him he was ready because she went over to the head stewards to do whatever he wants. And you know that the first miracle was performed there. Stewardship is a change of heart. It's a conversion of heart. It's the way you think about your everyday life. It's the way you think about how you go about living this thing we call life. I remember once I was in the insurance business, and I went in the insurance business right out of college, and I remember 2 months into it, I said, "This is not a job, this is not a career, it's a way of life. It never stops." Well, stewardship never stops. Being Christ-centered never stops. Jesus said, "I will be with you till the end of time." Jesus is with us now. When 2 or more gathered, Jesus is here. Jesus is with you every day. I talk to Jesus in the empty seat of my car. Sometimes I argue with him. I never win the argument, but I argue with him. And the point is, that's the kind of relationship I'm asking you to consider. A Christ-centered, a Christ-filled relationship where Christ is an integral part of your life. I think one of the questions we have to really ask ourselves in this material, secular world, I like material things as much as anybody, but I have to say, what owns me and what do I own? I think we build psychological prisons for ourselves. Sometimes people put us in prison, psychological prison, by the way they control us, by the way we allow them to affect us, by our anger or the things that we do. As I look at a Christ-filled stewardship life, I have